Thank you so much for joining today. We'll start today's practice by coming down into a constructive rest, laying on our backs, letting our soles of the feet rest on the floor, lengthening out through the spine. Your knees can point up towards the ceiling or maybe touch each other, resting gently. Maybe you put your hands on your torso or they rest by your sides with the palms face up. And as you settle in here, I invite you to close your eyes or maybe to simply soften your gaze. We'll allow our breathing to start to balance out, taking an easy inhale in and a gentle exhale out. As we do, we'll begin to notice where our body is resting against the surfaces beneath us. Noticing where our body ends and those surfaces begin. And then drawing the awareness around our body, noticing the temperature of the air as it touches our skin, or as we breathe it in through the nose or the mouth. And then we'll take that same awareness to detail. So we start to turn inward just a little bit deeper. We'll scan through the body, noticing any sensations or any energies or emotions that are floating around our ethos today. We'll breathe a little bit of awareness into that moment, into that sensation, and then we'll let it go. As we start to take a break from trying to figure everything out today. Sometimes we just need to give our minds a break and rest in stillness or silence. Sometimes trying to solve all our problems and answer all of the questions becomes too much. The world and all of its problems, and then all of our own problems, can start to become too heavy to carry. So let us give ourselves rest when it is needed. Our problems can wait. They'll be there when we come back. But we can give our thinking mind some time off. Maybe take some time to walk out in nature. Simply closing your eyes and listening to the sounds and the smells of the world around you. Maybe taking a quick moment to feel your feelings. As you let your mind take a break and rest. So as we breathe here today, take this moment to unhook from your thinking mind. Notice your feet on the ground. Sense your body's position in space. Notice your breath. Maybe even feel your heartbeat. We'll then begin to take our breathing exercise for today, our ocean breath. With this breath, we allow the tongue to rest against the top of the mouth gently. We create a slight constriction in the back of the throat. We breathe in and out through the nose if it's available. And if we held up a mirror just under the nose, with our exhale, we fog up a mirror with a slightly audible exhale. We'll take this for just a few rounds of breath, allowing it to calm our nervous system while gently building a little bit of heat in our bodies. Wonderful job. We'll take that ocean breath or Darth Vader breath just one more time. And then we'll offer ourselves a moment of gratitude. We took time out of our busy days to slow down, connect with our silence. Then as you're ready, begin to wiggle fingers and toes. We'll flutter the eyes open, and then we'll find our way into an upright seated position. Getting there in your own time, in your own way. And always welcome to add things like pillows or blocks under your hips, giving you a more upright position. Now we'll go ahead and start by bringing our right foot in front of, or maybe on top, if that's part of your practice, of the left foot. As we inhale, we'll lengthen up through the spine, and then we'll allow the arms to float up. Maybe we even look up. And then as we exhale, I want us to turn towards our right knee, the first leg. We're going to lean forward. We're going to start to let our heart come down towards our knee. You can bring your hands to your leg. You could bring them to the floor, or you can maybe bring them to a prop on either side of your knee, allowing yourself to find a bit of surrender here as you lean towards that right knee. We're noticing how that feels through the back or through the abdominals along the side of the muscles. Beautiful job. Our next inhale, go ahead and come back up, let the arms float up. And then with our exhale, let's bring it back down and take some torso circles. We'll move in one direction, moving through the arms, the shoulders, the spine. Allow yourself to pull your heart forward and then rotate it back. Beautiful. We'll continue in the same direction for just about 2 more circles. And then pay attention whether you're going to the right or to the left. Just file that away in your mind for a moment. And then come back through center. We'll go ahead and send that right leg out long, tucking our left foot just inside that right leg. We'll take our right hand either to our right leg, maybe to a prop outside or inside the right leg, or maybe to the floor outside, inside of that right leg. Whichever variation with the right hand, we're gonna rest into that as we start to take the left hand out to the side, back behind us, circling it up and over, and maybe reaching it alongside the ear here to feel a nice stretch through the left side body. And then as we exhale, we'll bring the left hand down towards the ground or towards a prop, turning our heart towards our extended leg. And then our next inhale walks you back up to a straight spine. We'll bring that right leg in, and this time we'll make sure the left foot is in front of or on top. We'll inhale to float the arms up and turn towards our left knee. And our exhale takes our heart towards the left knee as we start to take that whole cycle on the left side. Feel your breath here. Doing a beautiful job. Last exhale, sink it a little bit lower. Inhale to float through center. Exhale to bring the hands down. Now we're going to switch the rotation of our torso circles. So remembering which way you went the first time and switching it up and going the opposite direction. All right, come back to your straight spine. Send the left leg out long, tucking the right foot. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, left hand comes to floor, prop or leg as we hinge over towards the left. Exhale, drop right hand towards the floor or towards your prop. Turning your heart towards your left knee, sinking into that forward fold. Beautiful. Let's come back up to a straight spine. We'll bring that left leg back in. This time we'll go ahead and switch it back to the right. Coming back to the first side. We'll inhale, arms float up. Maybe look up. And then exhale as we bring our hands down. We'll bring them to the floor in front of us. And maybe even bring them onto props as we hinge into a forward fold over. Feel your breath here. Notice how it feels on this right hip and glute. Beautiful job. Exhale to come back up to a straight spine. Arms float up. Exhale, right hand comes outside of right hip. Again, maybe on the floor or to a prop or even onto your elbow if that feels better. As we hinge over to the right. So we're making micro changes with each time we go around. We had a little bit of a lean forward on the last side bend. This side bend, we're really focusing on the rib cage and the side of the body, not the back or the front. Inhale and come back through center. Exhale to bring it down through a prayer. Great job. All right, now I want you to take that right leg, we're going to twirl it behind us and tuck it back by our hips as much as we can. Again, we can always be up on a prop here. We find it gives us more space for that foot as well. Beautiful job. With our inhale, let's take the hands up, and with our exhale, let's drop the hands behind us, either onto the floor or maybe onto a prop behind our back. As we press into our hands, we lift up through our heart, lift up through our gaze. We're getting a really nice stretch through that quad muscle there, maybe. And if it's part of your practice, you're always welcome to come down onto elbows or even lower. Great job. Inhale, bring arms up and overhead. Exhale down through your prayer. We'll bring that right leg back into our crisscross, left leg in front or on top. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, we're going to hinge into our forward fold, noticing if it feels any different on the left side than it did the right hip and glute. Allow yourself to settle into the gift of silence as you take deep breath. Or maybe take Ujjayi, or take those Darth Vader or ocean breaths as well. Beautiful. Walk the hands back towards the hips. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, left hand outside of left hip. Lean it over. Really focusing on not letting your shoulder dip or twirl back, but pull the fingertips over. Inhale to come back through center. Straight spine. All right, we'll take that left foot, bring it back by our hip. Beautiful job. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms behind you. Resting on hands, a prop, elbows, or the back. As you lift your heart and lift your gaze, having a nice quad stretch through the left side this time. Great job. Inhale to come back to a straight spine. And then let's bring both legs out long in front of us in a seated staff. You can keep a gentle bend in the knees, and you can start to press out through the heels, working those legs long, pulling the toes back towards your shins. With our inhale, we'll start to circle those hands up and overhead. And as we exhale, let's hinge into a forward fold. You can reach down towards your knees, towards your shins, towards your ankles or toes. You can hold on anywhere on the legs, just on the floor. If you like to use a yoga strap, you're welcome to wrap it around the balls of your feet. Or it could be any type of strap. It doesn't have to necessarily be a yoga strap specifically. You're doing a beautiful job. Feel that fold there. Let's inhale to roll up to a straight spine. And then let's start to bend our right knee. We'll start to bring that right sole of the foot either inside of the left leg, or if it feels okay, you can cross it outside of the left leg and then put the sole of the foot on the floor. Whichever variation you're taking, sit up just a little bit taller on your inhale, and then start to hug that right knee with your left elbow, or maybe hook the left elbow over the knee. Take the right hand behind you to the floor, or maybe onto a prop, and take a sage twist here, pressing into the hand behind you to lengthen the spine on your inhale. And as you exhale, soften into your twist. Great job. As we exhale, we're gonna come back through center with the torso. We're gonna let that right knee fall out to the side as we come into a figure four here. We're gonna flex through that right ankle. And then let's bring our hands back behind us to support us. Now you're always welcome to flex through both feet. Keep that left leg long and stay right here. You're also welcome to bend that left leg and start to draw that right shin a little closer to your heart by shimmying your left foot or your hands a little closer to your hips, which will draw your heart closer to your shin. Notice how that feels in that glute and hamstring. You're doing a beautiful job here. Really getting into that lower body. Getting it nice and loose and warmed up. Exhale, extend that leg long, left leg long again if you took the bend. And then we're going to take our rock the baby. So grabbing foot and knee, right foot and knee with your hand, maybe bringing it into your elbows. Or again, if you like to use a yoga strap, you can wrap your strap around it. And we're simply going to rock that leg left to right. You're noticing that flexibility through our hip. As we rock it a little left to right, and you're always welcome to bring that right hand down to the mat and allow yourself to rock onto the outer glute or the upper glute and outer hip. This can feel like a really great massage. All right, last breath on this right side. Our next inhale, we find stillness and straighten the spine. We'll either hold behind our leg or bring that strap around the foot as we send the foot out to about a 45-degree angle in a heron's pose. You're also welcome to have a gentle bend in the knee or see if you can really work that leg towards a straight position. But if you're losing the straightness of your spine to get the straightness of your leg, see if you can straighten the spine and then readjust the leg. Beautiful job. We're really engaging through the core here, so much so that we're going to go ahead and release the leg from the hands or the strap and see how long and slowly it can take us to get that leg down to the mat. Great job controlling it. Go ahead and take any movement you need, and then we'll switch up sides. So we'll start with our inhale, seated staff. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, seated staff. Bending left knee. Foot comes inside the right leg or maybe outside the right leg. Straightens the spine on our inhale. Exhale, hooks right elbow around the left knee. Left hand comes behind us. We're pressing into the spine, straightening up. You're doing a beautiful job. Feel your breath here. Great job. Exhale to unwind the spine. Figure four. Letting the left knee roll out to the side, hands come behind, choosing to stay here or starting to bend to that knee of the right leg, drawing the left shin a little closer to the heart. Feel your breath. Maybe you're focusing on that Darth Vader breath today, that ocean breath, or maybe just taking a full, steady breath. Beautiful job. All right, exhale, Come back to your straight spine and straight left leg or right leg. And then let's rock the baby. Maybe bringing the hands to the floor as you massage into the outer and upper regions of your glute and hip. Inhale for Heron's pose. Straight spine. Doing a beautiful job here today. I'm gonna make sure those core muscles are turned on. And with our exhale, we're going to take that slow, controlled release. Great job. Shake and wiggle. And then if you're going to use a strap, keep it nearby. And then as we exhale, we're going to roll down onto our backs, coming into a ball position, hugging both knees into our chest, taking a little bit of a rock and roll. I really just want to spend a good amount of time in our moon poses, our ground poses, really warming up our back, our lower hips, our hamstrings and glutes before we take any standing poses, but we do have a few in our practice today. All right, so we're going to start by taking our left leg into a constructive rest position and then continuing to hug that right knee in. Now, if you like using your strap, you're welcome to go ahead and bring it in now, hugging it around the knee, or you can just hold either the shin or behind the thigh, getting a little compression on that right hip. And then our next exhale, we're going to let that right hip fall out to the side, the right knee can support the leg with your hand and elbow on the floor, or you could have that strap holding it in the right hand. It's a little bit of a half frog here. I like to keep my opposite hand, my left hand on my left hip as a gentle reminder to keep my hips in a neutral position as I'm opening up here. You're always welcome to have that left leg spread long if you like that more than your constructive rest position as well. All right, let's bring that right knee back in towards the center. If you're using the strap now would be that great time to wrap it around the ball of your foot. If not, we're holding behind the back of our leg as we send it up towards the ceiling. Let's take a few point and flexes through the ankle. Beautiful job. All right. We're going to pause in the ankle and then allow that right leg to fall out to the right side. Come out to about a 45-degree angle. It can come so it's just hovering off the ground. You could be holding it with your strap if you're using the strap. If you're using your hands, you're holding it with your hand, supporting it. You're doing a great job. I'm impeded by my wall just a little bit, but feel free to have as much flexibility to open up that inner right hip as you would like. Great job. Our next inhale brings that right leg back through center. And then we're going to take it across the body line into a twist. Now you can keep the leg long or bend it if that would feel better as it comes down towards the floor. It doesn't have to touch the floor, but you're also welcome to touch the floor. You could also bring a block under it if you'd like. We're just going to hold this twist for a gentle moment. Exhale to unwind the spine, hugging that right knee back in towards your chest and taking an ankle circle. And then reversing them. Great job. We're going to switch sides. So right leg comes to constructive rest or goes out long, and we'll hug that left knee into the torso, getting that compression on our hip. And then exhale to let it open out to the left side. Opening up through that inner hip with half frog. Flex through your left ankle just a little bit. Beautiful. Inhale to bring it back through center. And take it up towards the ceiling. Point and flex the toes a couple of times. Great job. Find stillness through your ankle. Exhale to open the leg out to the left. Letting it come anywhere from a 45-degree angle all the way down to a hover just a few inches off the ground. Beautiful opening. Our next inhale comes back through center and then over into that twist. Again, you're welcome to bend the knee or keep the leg long. It can hover or it can come down to the floor or a prop. Again, this is not our final twist, so we're not going to hold it for an extended period of time. Inhale to come back through center, hugging that knee in towards your chest, and taking ankle rolls on this side. And reverse them. Great job. All right. From here, we're going to come back into our constructive rest. And then let's find our way into a tabletop position, rolling over onto hands and knees. Feel free to add just a little bit of cushioning under your knees. If you're in a hard surface, you don't want anyone being uncomfortable on our knees. Our hands are under our shoulders, our knees are under our hips. We have a straight spine from the head all the way down to the tailbone. And then let's drop the belly and lift the gaze. And then as we inhale that ocean breath, round to your cat. Take a few cycles of ocean breath in cat cow. Inhaling to cat. Slightly audible exhale to cow. Great job. Go ahead and come back to stillness, straight spine. And then we're going to take our left leg, we're going to reach it behind us, tucking the toes and taking a calf stretch here as we press out through the heel. Now it can feel really nice to maybe just hold this, or some bodies it feels better to roll over the ball of your foot, rolling in and out of this stretch. And feel free to do that as well. We'll take just about one more breath there. And then let's pause. We'll inhale to lift the left hand and then the right foot, coming into a spinal balance. Or sorry, whichever foot was extended, lift that one and then the opposite arm. I think I mixed it up. Great job. With your exhale, drop your hands into tabletop and then bring that left leg up for a grounded crescent lunge. Feel free to bring your blocks as you frame your front foot with your hands. And then as you're ready, maybe bring your hands up to your front knee. Maybe bring them to a prayer. Or if you'd like to send them up high alongside the ears in a crescent lunge, you're welcome to do that as well. Great job. With our exhale, we're going to circle our hands to frame that front foot. And then as we exhale, pull the hips back to come into a half runner's lunge, letting your toes peel up. And as you exhale, fold over that front leg. Inhale to roll back through your low lunge. And then let's step it back to tabletop pose. Great job. We'll take that on the other side, sending right foot back. Take your calf stretch. Inhale to lift right leg, left arm. Spinal balance, pull fingertips and toes away from each other. You got it. Exhale, drop the hand. Come up for crescent lunge. Keeping that back knee grounded. And when you're ready, lifting arms to your hand placement of choice. Great job. Our next exhale circles hands down to frame the front foot. Peel the hips back and the toes off the floor. Half runner's lunge. Exhale, forward fold. Feel your breath. Inhale to roll it back through. Exhale to step back to your tabletop. And we'll find our way coming up into our first mountain pose. Coming up standing in our own time and in our own way. We're in our mountain pose. Let's inhale to circle arms up, reach them up, maybe take those hands up. And then with our exhale, hinge into your forward fold. Bringing hands down towards your prop or your legs or maybe the floor. Keeping a generous bend in your knees and then maybe grabbing opposite elbows, or you're welcome to keep your hands where they are. As we take a ragdoll, we'll sway a little side to side, we'll lift heels, we'll move through the head or the neck or the jaw in any way that feels appropriate. Find a little stillness, find a little hang, a little silence. Press into your hands to halfway lift, figure 7. Exhale, fold. Inhale, tall mountain, reach it up all the way up. And exhale, bring it down through a prayer. We're going to take our first, maybe only balance pose of the day. You're welcome to come a little closer to a wall or a surface if you'd like, or for more of a challenge, the center of your space. As we inhale, we start to shift our weight to the left and lift up that right knee, coming up to about hip height. Just like on the floor, we're going to open it out to the side and then bring it back through center. Do that 2 more times on your own. And then that third time, as you bring it out to the side, we're going to pause there and then find our tree pose. Your foot can come anywhere from the floor, down at the ankle, all the way up to the inner thigh, anywhere that feels good. Your branches maybe are holding onto a surface for support. Maybe they're on your hips, your heart at a prayer, or maybe they're up high in any formation that would feel good. Finding a spot on the floor that's not moving can be great balance help for us here. Great job. With our next exhale, drop the hands unless they're on a prop, and then bring that right knee back through center. Send it out long in a standing staff, controlling our descent as we slowly lower to the mat. Great job. Take any movement you need. And we'll take that on the other side. Inhale, left knee up. We're taking it out to the side and bringing it back through center just about 3 times. After the third one, pause at the side, find your tree pose of choice. Feel your breath here. Beautiful. Exhale to lower your branches, lower your hands. Inhale, knee comes through center, leg straightens as much as feels good. Slow, controlled, release, back to your mountain. Great job. Take a moment here just to simply scan through your body, noticing how you're feeling, noticing the sensations or energies of your body. Great job. Alrighty, from our mountain pose, let's step our right foot back. We're gonna come into a warrior two. So we're gonna open the foot to the side and we're gonna bend into that front knee and send the arms wide. Feel your shoulder blades as you press the fingertips in opposite directions. Great job. Let's reverse our warrior. Inhale through your warrior two. And exhale, we're going to find side angle. Front hand or elbow to the front knee. Back hand reaches overhead. Great job. Reversing our warrior with a straight front leg. Great job. Sink it back into your warrior two. And then we're going to lift that back heel, turning that back hip to come into a high lunge. And then let's step it into our mountain pose. Great job. You can take a few steps or just one. And then let's take our warrior two, stepping the left foot back. Bending through that front knee. Our last sequence of standing poses before we move to our cool down. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale through warrior two to side angle. Inhale through warrior two for a straight leg, reverse your warrior. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, high lunge. Step into mountain. Beautiful job. We'll take the feet just a little bit wider than hip distance and the toes out and the heels in. So we inhale, we'll lift arms up and overhead. And as we exhale, we'll start to sink into a deep squat. You're always welcome to stay up high or maybe bring a prop like a block under your hip here. We're going to hold it for just a moment. And then as we exhale, drop your hands towards the mat. And go ahead and come down onto your seat. And then let's roll down onto our backs, hugging both knees in towards our chest. And giving yourself a rock and roll from left to right. Beautiful job. Go ahead and bring the soles of the feet to the floor in a constructive rest. We're going to bring that right foot into a figure four, letting the knee fall out to the side, flexing through that ankle. And you're welcome to leave the left leg on the mat, or maybe you start to lift that left knee or left foot. And you can thread the needle holding behind your thigh or your shin, or maybe using your strap. We're enjoying that strap usage today. We want to keep our neck lengthened by tucking our chin. You're doing a beautiful job. Now, maybe you stay right here. Let's all go ahead and drop the left foot back to constructive rest if we lifted it. And then we're all going to take our right foot, let it keep coming over towards the left side of the room. And maybe roll down to the floor
as we come into a twist. Now, if this cross-legged twist feels way too intense, you are welcome to uncross the legs and instead stack or stagger the knees or add a prop. But if it feels good to keep that foot crossed over the ankle in your figure 4 in your twist, that could be really nice. Sometimes it could be nice to go even deeper into that cross leg twist. So finding the twist that feels right for your body. Your arms can come out to a cactus or a T, working to keep the shoulders on the floor and the breath gentle. Great job. Let's inhale to unwind the spine, uncross the legs, come through constructive rest. Take a windshield wiper of the legs left to right. Come back through constructive rest, and let's take our figure 4 on the left side, crossing that left ankle, flexing through the foot and ankle, keeping right leg in constructive rest, or maybe taking the bind and threading your needle, drawing your shin a little closer to your torso, keeping the neck long by tucking the chin. Having been in this position throughout our class today a few different times and different orientations, you might notice it opening a little differently now than when we started today's class. Or maybe not. Go ahead and drop the right foot back to the mat. Exhale, let the left foot continue its journey into your twist. And then again, feel free to ask yourself on this side if it feels right or not. And if it doesn't, making any and all adjustments so that way you can really allow yourself to come into this restorative twist for a few breaths. Next inhale unwinds the spine. Lets the knees come back through center, shifts the hips. We'll come back into a constructive rest. Let's widen the feet just a little bit. And then we'll take one last windshield wiper of the knees, left to right, left to right. Roll through your hips. Allow yourself to enjoy. We'll come back through center. We'll hug both knees in, and then we'll roll the head and nose up towards the knees, really creating a little bit of a ball here. And then as we inhale, explode out. Take a full body stretch, reaching fingers and toes to the corners of your mats and beyond. Really stretch here, taking up space. And then with your exhale, allow yourself to release into your final resting pose. Knowing that you can add pillows, blankets, blocks. You could take a legs up the wall or take any other resting pose that would feel like a comfortable place to rest today. We'll start to settle in as we maybe close our eyes or simply soften our gaze. We'll allow our eyelids to grow heavy, our jaw to start to go slack. Unlike in our Darth Vader breath or our ocean breath, we want the tongue to fall away from the top of the mouth, letting it rest gently
the jaw releasing. And then allowing the entire body to follow. Complete relaxation as your breath becomes effortless and smooth. We'll continue to inhale deeply as I lead you on a short guided meditation to start to relax into our silent place of safety. But first, we need to make sure that we acknowledge and we don't need to be afraid of silence. Often, when I'm in the presence of another being, I find myself trying to fill moments of silence with unnecessary words, as if silence is something to be avoided. I used to view silence as a sign that the connection with the other person wasn't as strong, or that maybe something was wrong. But I am learning that there is power and beauty in silence. When two beings are so comfortable with each other and no words need to be spoken, now that is true connection. If discomfort arises in the midst of silence, meet that discomfort with kindness. Savor the spaces between words and sense its beauty. Notice the moments of silence and see them as a moment of a gift, where the words are not needed and your presence is simply more than enough. Start to listen to each cycle of our breath as one segment of time. Breathing in, breathing out. One. Inhale. Exhale. Two. You will most assuredly notice sensations and thoughts, sounds and feelings. Maybe even images will float into your mind like clouds in the sky. But within that cycle of the breath, as your exhale leads you back to your focus on the breath, and you acknowledge that there was a message without becoming attached, as we return to the focus of our breath. Some days we may notice that this may be hard at first, to return the mind to its original focus on our breath. While you rest, your mind may race to the future or to the past, creating conflict, making bigger stories, worrying, completely unaware of your current reality. which is simply that you are resting, breathing. As you come back into your body, into your breath, cycle after cycle, maybe whisper it in your mind as a focus. I am resting, breathing. Feel your breath and simply remember you are just resting in silence. And when and if your mind strays, guide it gently back to your current reality. Inhale, by exhale, you will find that your mind starts to give in to the rhythm of your breath. And fewer thought clouds will stroll through the horizons of your mind. Some days it might be only brief moments that your current reality wins. No, your mind is not more chaotic on those days. Hasn't become more thoughtful. But you're simply noticing where your mind and the pace of your mind every day, all along. Breathing in, breathing out. I am resting, breathing. Noticing your thoughts as a thought, and then returning to your original focus, your breath, or your saying. As you sign and learning to make progress in being in our silence. I am resting, breathing. Breathing in, breathing out. Beautiful job. We'll take the deepest breath of our day so far. Start to wiggle our fingers and our toes. And in our own time, in our own way, we'll start to come up to an upright position facing me. You did a wonderful job
starting to explore being in a silent place of safety. We each can access these silent places of safety throughout our day, whenever we need calming breath. I hope that you'll start to see those silences as gifts, time where you can commune internally. And I hope you have a great week ahead of you. Thank you so much. Until next time. Bye.